Hey there, Star Wars fans. Today we're diving into something quite a bit different. We're exploring the top 8 weakest Jedi in the galaxy. From the heights of the Old Republic to the most recent tales, these Jedi might not have made it to the top of the Force-sensitive ladder, but they're certainly noteworthy. In the vast history of the Jedi, around 10,000 knights defended the galaxy. While many that we know and love have become legends, some were, well, let's just say a bit weaker in comparison. Many of these Jedi lack the ability of telekinesis, a challenge that seems easy for many of the greats. But not all of the weakest Jedi on this list fall under the category of lacking telekinesis. Some turned away from the Force completely, relying on just their skills as a swordman. Let's dive deeper into these characters to find out who truly are the weakest Jedi in the galaxy. First up, we have Corran Horn. He was a Force-sensitive pilot who became a Jedi Master without using telekinesis. Despite his lack of lifting prowess, he compensated with other Force powers, becoming an excellent pilot and even earning the title of a Jedi Master. But without telekinesis, he remained at a disadvantage compared to most of his peers. He's not the lowest on this list, but telekinesis is a pretty general Force skill, and without that, he just doesn't make the cut as a top Jedi. At number 2, we have Zann Carck. His low Force sensitivity led to doubts about passing trials, and he was barely allowed into the Jedi Order. His connection to the Force was described as martyrdom, and he lacked confidence in his skills. He was accused of murdering his fellow Padawan, but his pursuit for justice after being framed for murder showcased his incredible resourcefulness, despite not becoming a seasoned Jedi Master. Coleman Trebor is next up on our weakest Jedi list, and he was on the Jedi Order. But his diplomacy skills didn't help him much during the Clone Wars. He had enough confidence in his skills to take on Count Dooku. However, his skills weren't even close to Lord Tyrannus, and the worst part, he didn't even sense the impending attack by Jango Fett, and was unable to deflect Jango's blaster fire, which led to his quick death and lands him on the list for weakest Jedi. Next up, we have Agent Kallus. As Mace Windu sought support in apprehending Chancellor Palpatine, Agent Kallus was relied upon. He trained extensively in martial combat to aid Windu and the Council during the Republic's turbulent final days. However, Kallus' lightsaber prowess proved insufficient against Palpatine's dark side powers and was dispatched so quickly. The shifting tides of the galaxy demanded that even Jedi Masters need to adapt and acquire new techniques to navigate these challenges. And because Agent Kallus did not do that, he lands on our list of weakest Jedi. Now, let's hop into a Jedi who rejected the Force entirely, Danan Brock. He rejected the Force at a young age, and his skills with the Force-imbued blades were pretty good. However, even his exceptional combat skills couldn't match up to his Jedi sister, who defeated him in combat. It's fair to say that any Jedi who doesn't use the Force is just another skilled bladesman, and they will always be at a disadvantage. If Danan hadn't shut off the Force, he could have potentially escaped this list of weakest Jedi. This next Jedi let his emotions get the better of him, Sha-Gi. When Ki-Adi-Mundi had assembled a team of Jedi to go after General Grievous, he picked mostly from the Jedi Council. His one exception, Sha-Gi. Gi was picked for his lack of intelligence, but let's just say his battle with anxiety was more intense than his lightsaber duels. Sha-Gi dreamed of sorting data in the Jedi archives. However, when the chaos of the battle called Gi to pick up his lightsaber, his nerves went haywire. He freaked out and dashed headfirst towards Grievous. And you can pretty much guess what happened next. That big old cyborg squashed the nervous Jedi. Because Gi forgot to conquer his fears, he landed on the list of weakest Jedi. Now, I wouldn't call Sabine Wren a Jedi, but she did show the use of the Force at the end of Ahsoka. Her skills at deflecting blaster bolts is absolutely horrendous. Without her Mandalorian armor, she would definitely be dead. Her minimal Force sensitivity is also quite pathetic, and that combo lands her on this list. I must admit, witnessing someone who previously showed no signs of Force sensitivity suddenly manifesting it after tremendous effort is undeniably impressive. Last but not least, Jocasta Nu. A Jedi Master more comfortable in the library. Despite her potential, she often found herself outmatched, and was even described as barely competent with a lightsaber. What she does after Order 66, though, is a big reason Luke Skywalker was able to begin a new Jedi Code. So there is that. but her lack of fighting skills puts her on this list of the top 8 weakest Jedi. These stories shed light on diversity within the Jedi Order. Some lacked raw power, but made up for it with courage, while others fell short despite their experience. Regardless, each of these Jedi played a significant role in the expansive Star Wars universe. So, which one of these weakest Jedi surprised you the most? Who do you think should be on the list that got left out? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives in the galaxy far, far away. Catch you on the flip side.